And with that, I want to welcome everybody to Crashing Game Night on this very kind of somber day in the gaming community. My name is Matt Diorio, your host, as always. I am joined by the Beanied One. Coming week 2 from the warm confines of Cali, Gerard Brewer.
That's right. What's up, everybody? I did. I'm see once again. Bro. Once again, I'm working with it. I'm liking this one. This is working. I'm liking this one. What's up, all my nerds? Thank you all for joining. How's it going?
So I just gotta say, Are you a little warm right now? Is that why you have a fan and you're shoving this in my face because we had 15-degree weather this morning?
Just 15 degree?
Just 15.
We had snow. We had snow, but we had typical Colorado snow yesterday, though. It was like here in the morning yesterday. And melted.
What snow?
It was a little sunny today, but
it was pretty good. It was solid.
Yep. Yeah, it was solid. 70. It was a solid day. 70. But this room gets a little warm, so it gets a little warm. So I do need the fan.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by the Cheeto eating baby Hulk, Theo Wolski.
Oh, I think I'll take Baby Hulk.
I love those things,
I like that too. I really do love those things.
I need to find a green filter just to make me turn green now. I'm gonna do that.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, the maitre d' services, the man with the couch, the lion's mane, Jason Valerio.
How's it going, guys? How's it going tonight?
Not so much Maine. I would say Cub. He's like a Cub now.
God.
You know how much I hate you right now is that we saw you clean shaven 3 weeks ago. You have a full beard.
Barely. Wasn't it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
But still,
and you know what though?
See what's on my face? That's 2 weeks.
I can totally hear that. My bad.
You know what? With the potential demise of E3, I might be able to change up our intro too. Yeah, because one of their requirements was that everybody's name on the podcast had to be stated within the first 30 seconds of the episode.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, so I might be able to change that up because,
You're here first. Our intro is going to start lengthening to 5 minutes for the first start of the.
It's just going to barrel through the names super quick. Just like, yo.
I'm gonna
so Matt, Jerry, Theo, and Jason all together. What's up?
Yeah.
Matt, Theo, Jason, Jerry, Crashing Game Night. Boom, go.
Yeah.
Go.
So although we only have like 2 topics to talk about tonight, but I want to kind of get into them. Actually we have 3. Real quick though, how are we feeling about Mandalorian, the new season?
I haven't started it.
Amazing.
Dude. Darren. Get out of chat and come crash this party so we can talk some E3.
Come get on this, boy. Come on.
Darren, come on, bro.
I know you got time. I know
Dude, if you crash, come on, baby.
You have plenty of time before your stream. Come on now. Plenty of time.
Otherwise, thank you for joining, bro. Like I'm always happy. Dude, the Mandalorian, as I said, man, started off strong and it's still going. It is, I mean, like I would say the last episode was a kind of a filler, but it was still interesting. But have you guys been? No one else has been watching it other than.
Oh no, I'm caught up.
I've only watched like 1 or 2 episodes. Like after Last of Us, me and Rona, we started The Mandalorian, then we watched Chainsaw Man.
Oh,
so we're like going back and forth between different things. And we're just,
nice.
So good. Chainsaw Man's really funny, dude. It's really funny.
I've been wanting to try that. Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah, and
I heard that is like kind of the first American-made like popular anime.
Well, it's I don't think it's American-made, but I mean it's comes from the people that did I think Beastars.
I heard some sort of snippet about it. Like it was,
I think it might be the same
lead or something for the first time, or something. Yeah,
I don't know. I would basically, Jason can agree or disagree. I would say it's one of the more wholesome, perverted anime shows I've seen.
Yeah, it's wholesome.
Wait, what show are we talking about? Because I was trying to get Darren the link so we could get him in here.
Chainsaw Man. Okay.
It's wholesome. Okay. It's wholesome but perverted. Yeah. Like it's seriously
that is
the main character is 16 years old. This main character is 16. So I mean, what do you think of as a 16-year-old guy? You know, like come on. Brad.
Yeah, that's true. Girls. Ladies. Puberty. High school. Okay.
So it's
okay.
Really funny.
Yeah.
You can add it to your massive queue of what we recommend you should watch.
I know. I was just informed. Pierre asked me, like, where are you with the animes? Like, I actually just I hit up Hero Academia again. I think I'm on episode 5 now.
Okay. Oh my god.
I know. Yeah. I'm so behind. I just finished Castlevania, and there was another show I just finished. So yeah, I'm freed up.
If it like excites you in order to watch more, by episode 120, which is roughly where I'm at.
Here he comes.
Deku.
Here comes Darren.
Gets full control of his powers.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Oh man, but yeah, like there's so many good ones out there. There's so many that will make you laugh. It's just literally, what do you want? Like a comedy? Do you want like a slice of life? Which, like, you know,
there he is.
Sorts of different ones.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I love about our podcast: is we do have people crashing.
Now Darren can chime in on this conversation of Chainsaw Man.
Hello. You know, fresh from his trip to PAX East.
Yes. So jealous. How was it, dude?
Post of the Rusty Rupees. We're going to plug the Rusty Rupees really quick.
We're
going to plug them really quick. Co-host of the Rusty Rupees podcast.
Booyah.
Hello, gentlemen.
Freshly back from PAX East. And yeah, man, how you doing?
From PAX. Freshly tired from PAX. I am tired as hell. But
we have missed you, good sir.
Yeah,
How have y'all been? How's everybody
it's been a minute. It's been a minute, dude.
Things have been good.
That's good. But first of all, yes. Hi everybody. How's it going? What's up? Yes, PAX East was great. PAX East is all about the friends you make along the way. That's the important part.
Yes.
Games are secondary.
So was E3 though?
No, that wasn't the friends you made along the way. That was the point, but
we're kind of like the exception that we made friends at E3.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, but before we get into that, Chainsaw Man's the GOAT. Okay, yes, it's wholesome horniness at the start, and then escalates.
What do you mean the start? It's through most of it.
It's through most.
Once again, at the start, it's wholesome horniness, and then it gets to depression. You have to get to the depression part. That's when it really sets in. It's a good time, though.
All right.
You said Chainsaw Man. I was like, well, I gotta educate him. I gotta let him know.
because you brought Darren on, I gotta ask him, because we got to talk a little anime. Did you watch the recent Demon Slayer movie? Or lack thereof, Demon Slayer movie.
Okay, I did not watch it specifically because I don't need to see the last 2 episodes of the prior season.
All right, fair enough. At least you knew
big
going
screen,
in.
and then the first episode of the upcoming season. That's just a sneak peek. You're not getting
nothing happen. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I heard too. It's like literally just
the movie literally is
the last.
It's the last 2 episodes of season 2, and then the first episode.
To be fair, though, the last 2 episodes of the prior season were amazing. So
yes, they were amazing, and they
on
were
the
movies.
Big screen. All right, but
look beautiful. But
personally, I don't remember what this upcoming arc is about at all. It's like I remember the previous season reading it, and then the last part, and whatever is about to happen, I'm like, I don't remember what happened here. So I guess I'm along for the ride again. Yay!
Boy, proud of you.
So before we do talk about some depression things, real quick, Jerry, I know I shared this with you. It was announced that we're getting a God of War inspired TMNT Last Ronin video game. That's all we know. We're getting it.
I do like seeing some of the other announcements they've been saying. It's Hurdle unnamed out of the brothers, whereas anybody that's read the comics absolutely know who it is. So I won't spoil it. But
well, even people announcing it are already saying that because it's assumed.
I haven't seen anybody actually say.
There have been a couple where you will be playing the only turtle that survived, which is Michelangelo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, they named him even in some of the announcements.
This is the whole storyline. This is
this
right. All right.
Well, I mean, you find out the identity at the end of the first issue. I mean, but it's so good. I just hope it's done with care, like God of War-esque. I hope, because that could open up a whole new franchise and in many ways for that.
Who owns TMNT
in that store? What?
Who owns that IP? Who owns TMNT right now? Is that still Activision?
I think isn't it IDW?
I thought it just got rebought. I thought it went open for sale.
If so, that's amazing, because I know that Activision had those rights for a while when it came to video games. So if it's somebody else,
I don't know.
RPG, that's amazing.
IDW owns the publishing rights to the comic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's just they could shell out the licensing for that game, just like the comic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why the comic was made. It was so good, man. Highly recommend to anyone's listening. Give it a try. It's a good read.
So, Darren, are you partaking in Tekken Tuesday tonight for you guys?
Of course, it is what I do.
Cool. I just want to make sure we get you out of here, so you're able to go do that, because you guys start at what?
We typically start at 7.
Right after
7 Pacific.
I shoot
right after us.
I've seen that, and I appreciate you. Yeah.
Yes, and it's quite entertaining watching everybody go at it.
We already know it's going at it and talking crap. That talking crap is 60%.
I love listening to Justin talk trash and then get just whacked sometimes. It's great. Yes.
Verbally,
all right, so
the game wise, different story.
So let's talk about this, because you just got back from a in-person convention known as PAX East.
Yes.
Which is kind of run by the company ReedPop.
Yes. This is why I was excited about E3's return.
Which we all were. Okay, let's preface that. We were all, once ReedPop was announced that, hey, they're going to be taking over E3, we were kind of excited because of PAX.
Oh, man, they got backing. They got sponsors, the essence of sponsorship.
Ubi.
They're good.
Mm-hmm.
And Ubi was one of the first publishers to come out and said, we are going to be live on the floor at E3. Well,
I guess the contract really wasn't signed by then too.
Because Ubi was the first one to actually put that nail back in the coffin this week. And yesterday they announced they were pulling out and they were going to do their own live event on June 12th and not be at E3.
Oh, they announced their own event. Okay, yes. I did not see that one.
Everybody's doing their own event.
Yeah, dude.
So
it's sad.
For those ladies and gentlemen that know when E3 is supposed to take place, June 12th was supposed to be the first day of press and media for E3. So then today it came out, actually a couple hours ago, that Sega and Tencent both backed out.
No, my boys at Sega.
Among other publishers that have yet to make the announcement official, but others have already decided they're not.
Shogun.
I mean,
they're done.
Yeah.
And what's
sad,
worse
bro.
is, and I think what's worse is I want to show people just how kind of dire the situation kind of is, right? Here's their website. Okay. It's back in business.
We're less than 75 days left.
Okay, you come here to buy tickets, which Darren knows this, all of us know this, that if you were going to be having to get tickets, industry or gamer, you would have already been able to get them.
Normally, yes.
Normally, we were buying them, what? For 2019, we bought them, what, February? January, February?
We
Okay.
got notification in February. Yeah.
Learn more. It is labeled coming soon.
Coming soon. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, it's the demos that say coming soon, but I mean, it still doesn't say anywhere
you can't
where you can
buy tickets.
Yeah.
Correct. Show info, you want travel info. This is the other thing that strikes me is I think they're very much in trouble. And I think the My Nintendo News report that they're saying is that we're going to see a cancellation this week. I think this is going to be happening because by now we would have already seen hotel blocks.
Yeah.
Already up.
Yeah.
I mean, we are to Theo's point, like, look at how far their clock, right?
I find that really disturbing. They have a countdown clock for the event, but not a countdown clock for anything else.
To purchase tickets.
Yeah. In other words, the only thing they've planned out is a date, and that's it.
And there is nobody listed. Show info. It's got event times, FAQ, meeting platform, schedule. Like, they've got a map.
Meh.
And that's it. They don't
Literally
even at this.
The only thing they've done is, hey, media industry people, sign up to try to get those passes. That's literally it.
And
I'm just gonna put it out there. I wouldn't want these people to plan my wedding, because people would be getting RSVPs
I was
the day
just
before.
Talking to Matt about that, dude. You had, ever since 2019, when the last unfortunate year that we all went in person, you had that amount of time to plan something different, like some sort of plan. And it, like, this is what worries me. Just like now, it just seems like nothing.
And Jeff Keighley has already fired his salvos.
See, okay, the Summer Jeff Fest is all raring to go, and anytime these announcements comes up, Jeff is right there, just hand on the trigger, like, we got these people showing up. This event's going on. Are you ready for gamers? Because E3 ain't it, but I'm right next door.
Nothing.
And what's funny about that is Tencent has already said they're looking forward to be taking part in Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, man, it's just sad. And it's just unfortunate. Like, that's what's so frustrating. And we were talking about this earlier, Matt, was like, no effort, like nothing.
Dude.
And then we're still questioning whether or not it's going to happen at all. We haven't heard anything for our media badges, let alone to purchase.
Yeah.
We submitted ours back in when they first went live in December?
Yeah.
The moment we got notification about it. Yeah.
I've seen a total of 3 people that I know to actually get their passes.
They were notified.
But it's been like super sporadic. I know the way that ReedPop has tend to do approvals, at least for PAX goes, it's like, here's wave 1, a bunch of people gets it, a wave 2 might go out a month or 2 later. This has been drip fed of like, you get yours 2 to 3 weeks later, you get yours a month later, you get yours. And it's like, this is seeming a lot more curated and everything. And like we have mentioned, I didn't even know that people couldn't buy passes yet.
Correct.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm like, oh.
Like, I even emailed them, right? And I was like, hey, we're coming up. People got to start making travel arrangements. Do you have any information? And they're like, no, we're still going over applications. We'll have some information soon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
We're 2 months out.
Yeah, we're 2 months out. Like, if some people need to make travel arrangements, this is the perfect time. Otherwise, they're going to try and get those like last minute. And you're like, dude, you know what? Not even going to try.
Exactly.
At this point, because if a month later comes, like, international people that have to come through like far away, or even people that need to request their time off because they're working in offices, they have to like, okay, like, well, I need to go to E3. Well, it hasn't even come through yet, so like they're in that little limbo stage, especially even the developers. Like,
exhibitors are going to have to know this, set up their plans, like you said, international people, whether it be in the industry, exhibitors, whatever.
Which is also unfortunate, because those people that are making the effort, across the country or continent to come to this event, because it was that important at this point. But the fact that how it's being run now, and that map of like the exhibit demos and everything, I feel bad for him.
I don't know if you guys saw too, but on top of this, the president of
CEO,
former
CEO,
that's right,
resigned.
Yeah, and so I think when I was out at PAX, people I was talking to, because some other stuff had gone down at GDC this past week as well, and like looking on his profile, it said former for repop, and this was before like this IGN stuff came out from Cat Bailey today, and so like
Dude,
this is
Cat
on
Bailey did. I will say
Saturday
this.
that we saw this. We're like,
Props-
former. When
Props
did
to
this
Cat
happen?
Bailey. Props to Cat Bailey for
Oh,
breaking
yeah.
that today, though.
Mhm.
Like that was a deep dive on like how screwed up things are right now.
Yeah, like seeing that, like I said,
So,
we
yeah.
that the
So,
other day, and now, come on.
I
man.
said before, like my prediction, honestly, like if they do go live, if they do have like a live event, it's the last year. And I think they're going to create like a PAX West Coast or something.
They're not going to have
No.
an event. It's not going to happen.
So Darren, let me ask
No.
this.
I think they're going to create a PAX like West Coast version for us out here.
That's called PAX West, my friend.
Yeah.
Well, PAX West is in Seattle.
That's
That's in Seattle. That's why I say West Coast or
So
like
Southwest,
they'll be
Cali.
or Los Angeles or something
No,
like
they got
that.
South by Southwest, so you can't do that.
that's in Texas.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's what I mean. I think they're going to do their own version of it and have one in LA. And this is like,
No.
you don't think so?
No way.
If we got an announcement of Ubisoft, Tencent, Sega within the course of 2 days pulling out from their event, what makes you think that if we do something smaller for the gamers, we'll come back? They're not doing that.
They're not going to have anything to attract players to come to anything.
Yeah.
Oh, is PAX a smaller like event?
Yeah.
I thought it was bigger.
PAX has now bigger because the lack of
it's got more
E3's
traction.
presence.
Yeah,
It definitely.
No,
I
it
mean,
started
okay,
small.
let's
It's
be
penny
honest.
arcades.
When
Okay.
when Nintendo decides to show up to PAX East and do the Splat North American Championship and the Mario Kart Championship, but was going to skip E3, that tells you a lot.
It does, but also to be fair, even Nintendo not showing up to E3, I don't think that was a big deal. Like Sony,
Really?
We've known. Microsoft been doing their thing. Nintendo, what do they have to show?
Exactly.
Nothing after. I mean, we don't know what's coming out in back
There's
half.
Tears of the Kingdom and Pikmin. That's all we have in the pipeline
Yeah,
right
but
now.
Tears
And
comes out
technically
early.
the movie.
Hmm?
And technically the movie. I think they would promote
That's
that
out next
like-
month. By then, it doesn't
that's out
matter.
next- it's not gonna
It's
matter.
like a week.
Yeah,
Tears of the
okay, yeah,
Kingdom,
never
it won't
mind.
matter by E3 time because it's already been out for a month.
Right.
So
Yep.
yeah, we're gonna have this big Pikmin booth. All
Yeah.
right, I guess people.
I
and all
mean-
Nintendo does is have you take a picture, maybe play a demo. Here's a pin or a bag. Like Nintendo doesn't do
Well,
much anyway.
I mean, well, in all fairness, so you had in 2016, you had Breath of the Wild, which that was a massive booth at E3. You know,
yeah, because it was a
We
massive
waited
game
4
everyone
hours
wanted.
for it.
Yeah.
I mean, but even at 2019, you had a decent setup for Luigi's Mansion. You had a decent
Mhm.
setup for Pokemon. You had the big setup for Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening.
But
and
listen to all
then-
those games you're listing. They
Yeah.
had stuff ready
Oh.
to go. We had a image of the future. Right now, when it comes to Nintendo,
Yeah, that's
Tears of the
true.
Kingdom in May,
Yep.
Pikmin, and Bust. That's it. We
Yeah.
don't have any,
Everything
there's
else is
nothing
speculation
big.
because we're all assuming the new console.
Exactly. So
And
it's
I
like
still
there's
think
no
that's-
good reason for
that's
Nintendo
true.
to
They
be
really-
there at the end of the day.
And we knew that, but even then, the like
But
PlayStation, we knew.
you would still think they would have some sort of appearance because they've
Yeah.
all been to E3. That's why they've always been that constant
And
essence there.
To
As the
Darren's
big three.
to Darren's point, I'm on the press portal right now, and even there, you look at the product launch schedule, and it has 3 games listed: Advance Wars for April 21st,
Yep.
Tears of the Kingdom for May 12th, and Pikmin 4 for July 21st.
Yeah,
That's
they're going to be doing. They're definitely going to be doing their own thing, their own
That's it.
direct.
And you get those big bangers out right away in the right summer, and then you have 3 months, 4 months until the holiday season, and there you might have something that's going to drop just to drop to be relevant.
Like
in the holiday
Nintendo
season.
has a lot of sporadic third-party stuff that's going to be coming out. Like when you
Well,
look
yeah.
at their chart, there's plenty of games, but there's like you could take a dart or two and you're like, that's what I want, that's what I want, and everything else is
Yes.
niche. And if you are into that, cool, there's a game for
Correct.
you. But Nintendo-wise,
Yep.
Yeah.
you'll be playing it.
So,
and paying $70.
Darren, I got to ask
for it.
you,
Yes.
with all the stuff going down with E3, right? And it is repop. How was PAX East ran
I like
from an attendee perspective?
It was much smaller than PAX West for sure. Because PAX West
is PAX Prime, man. PAX Prime.
Yes, but even then, like, because that was my first PAX West, and people were saying that was even still just 75% of the way back. But this PAX East compared to like when I went back in 2020, like I knew that's when people were starting to pull away due to the loom of the big cough. But there was a lot of expo floor that was not being used. Like when I had gotten there at like got in maybe 30 minutes before the expo hall had closed for that day just so I could grab my pass, and I'm like, all right, I got it, let me just do a quick lap around just to see where stuff is. And once I got towards the back, I was like, there were like 3 or 4 food trucks and just a wide open area. I was just like, oh, there was all of this was full before. They had a lot of nothing still in this area. So like it was still
it's been a while since I've been. So I went like
E3 2019
5 years ago
when we went in that one hall and it was like half empty.
Yeah. So it's like there was still there's a lot of good. And it's funny because there were these kids that I had talked to, and like I'm just asking proper gamer questions like, what kind of games do you play? What are you into? And then they were telling me like they had tried out Dead Island 2. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And how'd you feel about that? And he was just like, oh yeah, it was cool, I liked it. There's a lot of indie games here and everything. I was like, okay, what do you play? Call of Duty, Halo, and Smash Brothers. Is like, all right, kid.
Dude, I can remember standing. I think what's funny is I can remember standing in line at E3 2014 and watching the trailer for Dead Island 2 on a loop over and over again. So
I'm glad Deontay thought it was
cool. Was it the dude like jogging to that song? Yeah. Oh man, I always, John. And that was the thing that got me excited.
John, rather.
That trailer was, dude. Jack Black was supposed to voice in that video game. He's in the trailer.
So much stuff. I don't even know if that was still THQ back then. If that was before THQ Nordic started coming back around.
So man, I remember, and I remember the trailer looked good even for that year too.
Yeah, it looked good.
But let's be fair, the Dead Island 1 trailer looked amazing. And the game came out and it was big okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that.
Since we're going down memory lane, I kind of did a little like in memoriam for us.
Oh,
do we need to have like the violin play? Like,
right? So, I had to throw in the itty, because that's how we all met, But like this is like when EA was still there back in 2014, and we had,
y'all went to 2014. See, I went to 2013. That was my one and only. And
man, so that was a good year. What we're talking about is like watching the Dead Island trailer, right? From the Drive Club booth, you could look up and there was the screen playing all the trailers.
Man, Drive Club was
and Little
cool,
Big Planet was across the way. And then they fixed it. And then it died. And then 2015, this is where Theo and I actually got to go to the Bethesda presser. That year.
This is a wild spread. This is a wild slideshow you got going on, because it's also, I'm like, okay, 2015, that was almost, that's now 8 years ago. Right? And I'm like,
yeah.
And that's where we met Christy Pride, Meredith Molinari, Sky Diddy, Mo Chocolate for the first time, Jason over dancing with Persona.
With a clean shaven.
And his hair wasn't even that long.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then 2016, with Square Enix booth and Hitman and Bethesda having their
more thing there. Mafia. Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah, Mafia 3.
And then Breath of the Wild, that booth. Massive booth. And then of course us meeting, Dante Bosco, Sean Layden, J-Tight, Achilles Might. 2018. This is where the birth of the podcast happened.
Yeah.
No, seriously. We're standing in line for
Resident Evil
RE2. And we're right there up at the front. The media just kept going in front. We're like, God damn it, we need to do something.
Right? Another hour. And then another hour. Yeah. I think we were in that line for like 3 hours, right?
Yes.
They can't,
I refuse, bro.
Yeah.
I have been to 3 different events where I've seen Mina there, and I'm just like, I don't know anybody with digital devolver. That needs to fucking change. I'm not standing in these lines. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna make friends.
So we had the Pokemon, the Smash Brothers. This is where we met Corey Barlog and Danielle Basutti over on the floor. 2019 was a great year because we're going to give a little bit of love to Microsoft because we actually did go over and attend part of their stuff. And, it was kind of cool being up on the stage where they did everything. And that Lego Forza car was just gorgeous.
The lightweight salt said in that statement.
Right? Well, no, it's just
shade.
No, I mean, honestly, though, it was kind of it was weird going into the Microsoft Theater, right? It just, for me, I picture this big grand thing, just the way the presentation is. And then when you get there, it feels a little bit smaller, more intimate, and
theater hall. Yeah, it's not that big.
Yeah.
And it's weird too, because you have to go down into the, down where all the people sit. You have to walk down all the way down and you're
walk down all the way to get up to the stage.
It's straight up. It's a theater. Yeah.
Then we had the Nintendo booth, which was this was Pokemon Sword and Shield. We had Luigi's Mansion, like we were talking about. This is where we met Uncle John, as we all call him.
Uncle John.
Charles Martinet, Jason Mewes, Austin Creed, Greg Miller, and Tim Geddes, which Greg Miller is getting so much shade right now from Paris on Twitter right now because back in 21, that's when 22 they were originally going to have an in-person E3, and Greg Miller had done the hosting for the digital event and said, hey, we'll see y'all next year. And now someone created a video that has 2023 E3 going, you sure about that one?
I saw that.
Sid Schumann and Justin Massengill, and you know what, had to top it off with Jason.
Really, bro? Really?
Wow.
Shadowbringers, you don't play no Final Fantasy. You don't play that good stuff.
Right. So
with such class, honestly, with the pinky. Such class.
Got pinky up.
But for me, it's I think in-person events still need to happen though, because you wouldn't have these connections of meeting up with people that
at the end of the day,
E3.
What E3 is, and what everybody that says that E3 is dead, we don't need E3, blah blah blah. From an outside perspective, I get it, absolutely. Every single company can do a direct, every single company can do their own broadcast, but it's that work on the ground that's important. It's for people like that who go there to make connections, to see things and try things we wouldn't have a chance to do. It's a chance for developers to now mingle with one another as contemporaries and get picked up and learn, and those connections don't happen.
Or to interact with the fans and get more of a ground perspective.
Or even more so, that is independent kind of journalists like us, right? The Rupees, us, everything, where we actually get to talk with the developers at the show. And whatnot. And now, I think that's a lot of journalists that I've seen on Twitter today. They're kind of crying out in pain because
they've been crying out in pain, and all of us been crying out in pain ever since they made it public.
But it's not even necessarily that, is it? But
literally,
we've talked about it.
But that's the thing, man. They haven't been listening.
First year they made it public, 75% of the on-floor devs didn't show.
Bro,
everything was customer support.
I was like, I ain't going.
Everything was customer support. Nobody was involved in the games that were there.
And what was worse is it's you have people there that don't know the protocols. They think they're at a Comic-Con or something like that, and they don't understand that everybody that's there to actually partake in the demos and stuff like that, we're moving from point A to point B super quick. And you had people especially 2018, just standing in the way. There's we're just going to stand in the middle of the aisle. It's dude, move, let's go. Even 2019, it's
even a lot of Comic-Cons are better structured than that.
Cyberpunk,
way larger. Yeah.
People kept cutting in line and trying to sneak in line ahead of everybody else. It's dude, this is.
Dude, we had remember we had to talk to a couple people in the Cyberpunk line.
Cyberpunk was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
like legitimately, we spoke to one person, like, and a couple of us like got involved, got that dude to walk out. Like moments later, another person just like, it's okay. Like, no.
I'll only put this out there if you guys remember. It was still industry only. There's last year of industry only, and people got mad that I was in line because my industry was US Bank.
Yep.
Oh, dude, that's right. Like,
so if they're gonna get mad at me,
they were nitpicky.
They're gonna get mad about being public.
Yeah.
Right.
I forgot. And then
once Theo said, "Hey,"
about that, like, really, dude?
I mean,
industry, like
my company funds.
I got here because regardless of what it says on this badge, I was able to get in here.
Like, industry.
I had to explain. Honestly, we had to explain even with IBM. Like, what do you? How are you guys here? And we're like, well, like one, we don't work in the true tech side, but it's like IBM co-designed the cell processor and built the Broadway chip for the Wii U, or for the Wii rather. It's like,
I wouldn't have that.
You're not the only industry, bro. Right? Like, calm down. Yeah, that's so stupid.
You know those chips, the things that you put inside the console? You know, inside the console?
I work for them.
That's
So
right here.
But the thing is, though, is like in person, like Darren, you touched on it, is like you meet friends, along the way, honestly, and I always tell us, it's like, we would not have this podcast right now. And Darren, I would say probably we wouldn't know each other because just unless some miracle of the world, the timeline happened. But had it not been for Disney Infinity at 2014, we would not be here. Standing in line. We just started talking.
Bro.
And that was it.
Bro.
It's like,
we totally know the secret to get helping introverts make friends. You stand in line for something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
God.
Introverts make friends. Go stand in line for something.
You learn.
Totally. And then because I was eavesdropping on your conversation or something when we or something.
It doesn't even have to be game related. Like Jerry and I were standing in line for a ride in Disney World and we made friends.
Yeah.
You never
and that's the thing, is it like
you'll be with and who you'll talk to. You
and
never know.
And everyone we've met through this, like, I was excited to. Right, I was excited for us to get media
to nothing, just to stand there friends. And people can meet people. Yeah,
viewing friends,
lines for friends.
Yep. James, Jay, hey, how's it going? Oh no, go ahead. We're talking.
We just got to make sure it winds a lot so you see the same people multiple times.
There you go.
It tends to happen.
Right? All right, sorry, we'll go back.
No, it's fine. But I was excited for us to get media, but also I was excited for you guys to hopefully get media, for E3.
At this point, it's like, when Ruby's coming to town, it's
at
about
this
to be
point,
a party. We about to have a good time, okay?
But, but I thought it would have been great because I was already...
Get your ass to Denver then.
Right?
Amen.
Where it's cold. But even then, though, I was already talking to people we've met through the podcast about us all getting together at E3 to finally meet in person, versus over Zoom and all of that. And now that's all out the window. And now we got to figure out, well, are we all just shooting for Game Awards now?
Y'all better be at PAX West, damn it. That's all I'm hearing.
When is
I'd love to go to PAX Prime.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to PAX Prime.
That is in Seattle.
I've only been to PAX East.
Labor Day weekend. Yeah, so beginning of September.
That's not bad.
Dude, that's not bad.
That's my wife's birthday weekend.
If that's what it is this
That'll
year,
be tight this year.
That'll be tournament.
Seeing reactions like this is why I don't see none of y'all.
No,
and reactions like this is why I don't see none of y'all.
I'm down. I'm down. But it's supposed to be all of them.
I mean, if I already make the Olympic team, I don't have to go. But
right.
I'm gonna shoot for it. PAX West.
I think honestly, at this point, what timing wise, I think it's going to be. It's probably going to be easier for me to hit Game Awards this year.
When is Game Awards this year?
The week before.
December,
like earlier June. Oh, it's December.
No, Game Awards is December. Yeah. Yeah, Summer Game Fest is taking place the Thursday before E3 was supposed to kick off. Dude, if I were Jeff Keighley, I'd start selling tickets to that thing now.
See, the
He
thing,
hasn't even started
the
selling
big thing
tickets either?
about the Game Awards though, and that's definitely gonna be a big factor when with them doing their tickets, is that stupid kid at the end of the show.
Dude, he's everywhere right now.
He is. How is this 15-year-old moving around the world like this?
I don't know how he. I don't remember who it was.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Is this
game?
This that Jewish kid that's like super rude, thinks like he's
the
like
one
this
who was
ultimate...
on stage next to Miyazaki as they were.
I remember this. That dude was a moron. Like, what are you doing?
That kid,
those bodyguards like slapping up upside the head. Like, dude, stop! Like,
that
shut up
right there is going to change the way they let people into the Game Awards this upcoming year for sure. Like,
yeah, they have to.
Like now they have to. They're going to have to up security. They're going to have to be more cautious about things. Who knows if they'll even allow it to be public or if it might turn into an invite only thing because of stuff like this. Like all it takes is one person, because that was a stupid little meme thing, but if somebody could just walk up there with these Japanese developers who are like, oh, we won this award, who's this random kid who's up here with us?
Right.
Nah, I've seen him in other things, and he's such a prick.
He's everywhere.
Why is he?
Dude, he was at
all he is a prick. He
doesn't
know anything.
I think it was March Madness. He was at a March Madness game. And he,
I keep seeing him on pod. I don't know why people are inviting him to podcasts, but he's just like, do you read books? Like, yes, I read books. Like, what kind of books? Name a book. Like,
and then she named Game of Thrones, and he's like, those aren't books.
Yeah, okay. Those aren't books.
Those aren't books. Okay.
Like, okay, dude.
He's like, real life
it's really not the name of the books, but I mean, he looks like the smallest 50-year-old I've ever seen.
So let's end this on like some good news that, which we did get some good news today. Tears of the Kingdom gameplay dropped today.
Haven't watched it yet. Still haven't watched
it. Dude, it's fantastic. They introduced the new abilities where you can fuse weapons together.
I've been seeing everybody get excited about that, and I'm like,
they showed you putting a stick and a pitchfork together and makes this like big old pole arm.
Meat arrow memes are everywhere, and I'm like, I don't know what that means yet.
So in Breath of the Wild, you could take animal parts, monster parts, and make potions out of them. Now you can take those parts and fuse them with your weapons.
And actually have
you can make ice arrows now. You can actually use the
make tracking arrows
to make homing arrows. Go watch it.
It's pretty interesting.
Then,
I thought it was a really innovative idea. Yeah.
And then there's a crafting part of it where you can actually make boats and shit.
Or cars and
so the car that they showed in the trailer not too long ago, that was actually, you have to build that in the game to be able to use it. Okay. So it's not just there.
My hope for Tears of the Kingdom is that when I play it, I don't feel like I'm playing Breath of the Wild again. Because after once I beat the game and I tried going back to it, I was like, I don't want to play this anymore.
It's hard to go back to.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that it's different enough for me to not have that feel and have that initial feel of Breath of the Wild.
I played it 3 times, dude.
I loved my initial playthrough. After that, I was like, I don't want to touch this anymore. This system pisses me off.
And then the official OLED. It is legit. It is real.
That's
right. I was hoping. $359. It's already pretty much sold out for pre-orders already. The second this all announced and everybody started loading it, but this is the way the system looks. The Joy-Cons are using a white rail with them. The back of the system. So it'll be $359, just like the Splatoon and the Pokemon OLEDs. They also announced the Pro controller.
That was cool.
Did get that one. I did get the controller.
So here's the thing, though, is this is what's throwing me out. I'm not a fan of the white.
I don't like the white myself. It being an offset, I think it's weird.
Yeah,
I think it's weird.
It would have been better if it was black.
Or black with the gold accent continuing on would have been cool.
Or
I have a feeling it will make more sense when we play the game.
Yeah.
I think it'll make more sense when we play the game.
I feel the same.
both white.
But the rest of the controller, I can like agree with. I still want it.
Actually, the more I'm looking at it, I don't know why it looks like a third-party controller to me.
Power A, man. Good
It does. Yeah, like the more I'm staring at it, the more it looks like a Power A controller. And now I don't like it as much.
Now you kind of ruined it for me.
I honestly, I initially pre-ordered it with GameStop, but the more I'm looking at it, like
same. I pre-ordered with GameStop, and now I'm like,
I'm actually going to cancel it because I'm not a fan of the white. Like the more I look at the white, I don't like the offset on it.
Yeah.
Now, if you had done something more
the
like
moment you said Power A, that completely ruined the controller for me.
I'm looking. I was like, "This."
You're welcome.
Really?
See,
part.
Now, if they did, if they gave this the Monster Hunter treatment for this controller,
sexy Monster Hunter controllers, yes.
That is a gorgeous controller. I'm not even a fan of Monster Hunter Beach because I mean I've tried the game, it just doesn't hit with me. I understand why people love it, but look at that design on that controller.
There's no white on it.
That is gorgeous.
There's no white on it. And then the other one, then the
I mean both of those controllers are gorgeous.
Saucy.
So, and then lastly, the new case. It's all right.
It was cool, but I'm honestly, I love the Rika Slate one.
The Sheikah Slate is way better.
Yeah, that one's the best. I love that one still.
Just like
I'll keep my Dodo Airlines one. I'm good.
My thing about this OLED
that was a good one.
Is like it got leaked months ago, and when it got leaked, I was immediately mad because I believed it was real, specifically because it was an OLED system. That's what made me know it was real. If it was any kind of Switch 2 or upgraded Switch, I would have been way more skeptical. But seeing that it said OLED, I was like, that's a Nintendo ass thing to do. Nintendo ass thing to do. Here's this pretty screen system that still runs like buns. No, Nintendo, we're 6 years out. You launched this system alongside Breath of the Wild. This was the perfect time to launch whatever it is next. We need power with these games.
I think that's why I feel like they're going to squeeze it.
What I think what's going to happen is I think we are going to get the Switch 2 probably January, February, like the rumors are talking about winter, 2023, which January and February are still part of the winter fiscal year for Nintendo.
Fiscal year, yes.
Right. And I think we are going to get possibly a Breath of the Wild is going to be launching on it, kind of like they did with the Wii U and Switch, right?
Tears of the Kingdom.
You had Breath of the Wild, Wii U and Switch. They were separated by a couple of months. I think they're going to do the same thing with Tears of the Kingdom.
That's why I'm waiting, dude. I really want that OLED.
See, like, I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
I've bought the OLED. I understand I'm weak, and I understand I'm part of the problem. But I also understand when you're not getting me anymore. I think the system looks sexy. It's a sexy system. If it wasn't for the fact that I already had an OLED, I'd probably go for it. But the fact that how far out we are from, like, it's now been, that's why second or third year that we've been having an OLED now, because now it's been a couple years of an OLED.
I think since 2020 it's been OLED.
That's why I think if you bought the OLED within the first year that it came out, like, okay, you upgraded. I would not feel bad about that.
And even that's not it's not an upgrade. Let's be real, it's not. It's a prettier screen on the handheld only. So if you play dock, it literally means nothing. It literally means nothing.
But if you're on with an original Nintendo and you've waited this long,
that makes
sense.
You
would punch yourself if you bought something like an OLED and then within a few months later it gets announced. Like, no, I would much rather wait, and I would recommend.
And that's where I'm at.
Wait, because they're going to make the announcement soon.
I play mine docked most of the time. I don't play mine.
Me too.
But I mean that point. I love my Animal Crossing Switch. I like it. For me, it's like it's doing its job, even when I play in the hand. When I do handheld mode on it. But at this point, I would kick myself if we go and spend money to upgrade to OLEDs at this point, and then in less than a year, it's like, by the way, here's the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Right. Because they would drop it on like they wouldn't announce it. They could make the drop like right now and just make the announcement. And then
silver lining, if you buy it now, you'll probably have a better trade-in value when you go for the Switch 2.
There you
go. Nah, like
and
it's 100% true.
An extra 50 cents is not a better trade value.
As 50 cents more than what you had before.
Yes, sir.
And what will piss you off more about it is you get this cool OLED system. They announce whatever's new, and it's going to be the basic bare minimum. And then 6 months later, there will be a new Pokemon one or whatever, or Splatoon, and you'll get that special edition 6 to 7 months after you buy this new thing. Hi, I'm talking to my future self because I know how it goes. I know
I think trend for Nintendo. Darren, I am waiting. So, Darren, I think I would be the same way. I'm going to probably try and get the Switch 2 at launch.
Yep.
And then if they come out with, God forbid, a Metroid,
I hope.
Switch 2.
Bro.
I hope.
But that's possible.
But I don't think, for me, because of as big of a Animal Crossing fan as I am, I don't think I would trade in my Animal Crossing Switch. I may just put it on a shelf and just display it because
I got 5 Switches. Whatever, man. I get it.
Yeah, dude. And once again, as we were just joking about, why would you waste it with a trade-in when really it took you so long to find it, get a good deal on it? Yeah, dude, display it.
Dude, Jerry was there for it. It honestly cost me $20 out of pocket by the time everything was said and done to trade in my other Switch to get the Animal Crossing Switch with all the deals GameStop was doing.
Keep it, dude.
Yeah.
Display it.
And I love that
because it's a pretty Switch.
Mm-hmm, exactly. That's what you keep them for. Like
that's why, like, the one thing I kind of regret was trading in my PS4 Pro God of War edition because it was the Leviathan axe. I do really wish I kept that.
That monster right there, chilling. I ain't gonna know.
I honestly regret trading in my Wind Waker Wii U.
Ooh, I at least still have that. See, okay, and even then, so I have the gamepad for it, but the Wii U ones were garbage. The Wii U Collector's Edition was garbage. Let's be real. That wasn't a system. That was a pretty gamepad. There was nothing else about it.
Yes, it was.
Literally, I think
but it was a pretty design to get.
Can we just give a real quick moment of silence for the 3DS and the Wii U game stores? Which officially closed this week.
Nintendo!
Yeah, I know.
Right? Here's your last chance to get all this stuff before it's sold to you tenfold later, or maybe give it to you on Nintendo Online. Maybe.
Can you just give me Link Between Worlds and I'll be happy? Just port it over to the Switch, just as is.
Yep.
Just bring it over.
Now the 3DS and XXL games are in the physical market where you're gonna have to now.
I'm a Pokemon fan, bro. I hate existence.
Cool.
Hey, Darren, with you being a Pokemon fan, this will warm your heart that my boys are on a Pokemon kick right now. They have discovered the show. And they're all about, we want Pokemon stuffed animals. We want Pokemon toys.
They're watching OG show or like current generation show?
Like, no, they've watched some of the OG show and they've watched the new Netflix Mewtwo, Strikes Back movie. And
that wasn't a bad movie. That was good. That was a good way.
They are playing Let's Go Pikachu.
It didn't beat the original though. The original movie? It did not beat the original movie.
Oh, absolutely not. No, I still cry.
But they got me. They're playing Let's Go Pikachu. My wife's playing Let's Go Eevee. They got me playing Pokemon Sword again.
Sweet.
Which I enjoy. Okay, so outside of I played Yellow. I played a Yellow originally way back. And I never really got into it, and Pokemon Sword is the first one that really got me into enjoying it. So that's why I'm having a little bit more enjoyment with it, even though I transferred my bigger Pokemon over to Pokemon Home to kick them back into a new playthrough and they're ignoring me.
Yep.
It's still
like, who is you?
It's still fun to play. Exactly.
Yeah, as far as newer Pokemons, if you haven't, like, Sword and Shield's cool. Like, out of the 3 mains, I would probably say Arceus would be the one to go to. And I love Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, but
I can't.
And Arceus has a show coming out too.
Really?
Doing an Arceus show. Yeah.
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 Arceus is just, it's that open world sandbox mode that if you like the sandbox, good. But if you don't, like I said, you want to go back to the standard, like Scarlet and Violet.
So Scarlet and Violet, like I've got Violet. It didn't connect right away with me just in the beginning. The beginning of the game just felt boring and just
agree. Like once you start getting into the rhythm of things, like at first I had that same feeling of like, all right, how does the open world nature aspect of this work? And then I slowly figured out, okay, I'm just leveling up my Pokemon, but also that means that they're getting so strong that they're not going to listen to me. So now that makes me go after badges. And also I want to get the HM maneuver, so that'll have me go after all the like the Herba Mystica stuff. So it like all the storylines will tie into each other by you naturally playing the game and realizing, oh, I want to get to this place faster. I want to get to this place easier. Let me go after these giant Pokemon. I want my Pokemon to listen to me because they're getting strong. Let me go do this. And then there's the team, whatever, I don't remember their names, but I like them because I enjoy their story. I'm like, oh, these group of nerds are just outcasts. They're not even bad guys. They're just dorks who just came together for camaraderie. And I was like, I like that story. So it all works. Like glitches and frame rates aside, of course the natural stuff we all know is bad about the game. Overall, that's my favorite Pokemon game in the past 10 years, probably. Like it's good. So. It's good.
But I still have to start Arceus. I finished Sword.
Probably
get back to that one.
Yeah, I think you would like Arceus, Jerry, just because it's sandbox, just like Red Dead.
And the Pokemon want to hurt you.
Well,
yeah, and
they have bad intentions for you.
They hate you.
They literally will stare, like look at you and say, "What's happening?" and rush you. Like,
so Jerry, if you weren't so caught up on physical, right? You could get as part of the
I have Arceus physically
online program. Oh, you have it already? Okay, then get to playing it then.
I already have it. Yeah, I just need to play it.
Like with like 50% of Jerry's games, you just gotta
hey, at least his is only 50%. Mine's like 95.
Oof.
Yeah, and I'm finishing games. I'm focusing on finishing games.
I'm looking around at like the 3 different stacks of games I have. Just
still wrapped there.
Backlog is real. All right, Darren, let's get you on out of here so you can get on over to your channel for Tekken Tuesday.
Yes, sir. It was a pleasure as always, gentlemen.
Tell the fellas hi.
Kick ass, baby. Kick ass.
One of these,
tell the guys we say hi.
One of these nights, we need you all back on, not just you crashing. We need the crew. Everybody.
I know, right? All these schedules all line up strangely. You just happen to catch me right after I'm off.
Well, I know you and I were texting. You said, "Hey, I'm going to be off when you guys." I'm like, "Oh, bummer." And then you drop in chat. I'm like, "Get your ass in here."
I was like, "It's good. Let me just." All right, let's go. It's good. But yes,
it's a pleasure as always, Darren.
Yes, sir. You already know. After this, twitch.tv/Rusty Rupees, because we'll be talking shit and having a good time. So until next time, y'all.
And they are on our recommend list.
Yes, sir.
Later, baby. See us around. But anyway, gentlemen, catch y'all later.
See you soon.
All right, man.
Bye, Darren.
Night, Darren. All right. And as Darren departs, ladies and gentlemen, if you liked what you heard tonight, please drop us a follow. Head on over crashinggamenight.com. Check out some stuff.
Watch some Rusty Rupees.
We definitely appreciate. Yeah, we definitely appreciate though everybody crashing with us tonight. And that is kind of the craziness that can happen. That randomly in the middle of a show, one of our buddies will hop in a chat and we'll tell them to come get on the show.
Those are the best. Love it.
Those are the best ones. So, I had actually been talking to Darren about trying to get him on tonight so we could talk E3.
It could also be a warning to our other guests, knowing that like if you ever show up in chat, you're getting in the show.
Yeah. We're going to tell you to get on.
Yeah.
It could be a warning. You're getting called out.
So, like, we're never talking in chat.
No. But no, in all seriousness, it is sad, the news that we had for E3 today. So we'll see what happens with E3 going forward, because like we all talked about, in-person events, I think, really need to happen, because not only do journalists get to meet devs that they wouldn't all, have access to, but you have friendships that just happen out of the blue, and people have become family. So
you never know who you might meet.
Yeah, exactly. So with that though, everyone just, that's kind of listening on the broadcast, head on over to YouTube, check out this episode. We've got the stuff we talked about with the pictures for the OLED and stuff that'll be up as part of the video. But as a separate video, we did go and post our memories of E3, including Jason at the end, pinky up.
You know what? Shout out to my guys over there at Square Enix, man. I miss y'all. I hope I get to see you guys.
Right.
Nah, they're going so pull with out that, too. Guys,
don't worry. I know, right? Yeah.
With that, guys, just please be excellent to each other.
That's right, everybody. So once again, let's just continue spreading that awareness of, let's all continue to try and be kind and be helpful, be patient.
You almost took it from him.
It's okay. No, not all the way. But also, guys, let's just try and be a little bit better and just try and help, lend out a helping hand, and just try and be a little bit more kind out there. Because once again, the atmosphere out there is just a bit rough, and we just need to all of us need to just come together and try and do a little bit better. Thank you, guys, and thank you very much.
Right on. And again, shout outs to Darren and the Rupee gang. Right now they're playing some Tekken. So.
Absolutely, and the whole crew needs to come. We miss you guys.
Yes.
Either they crash us or we got to crash them. One of these two. But
I'd be down for some Tekken.
Yeah. But anyways, for all you out there, it is coming up on April. It's spring break. Relax. Kick back. Stay safe out there. But to everybody out there, you know what time it is. My man, Theo Walski. Send us out like you do.
Well, y'all, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you just switch over to what Rusty Rupees. Give them a nice watch. Hang out with Darren and them. But until next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.